Oh, hi everyone, it's Susie again from Esoteric Trading Solutions. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all living the life you want to live. Be kind to yourself, be kind to your family, friends, animals, and to other people, and make this world a better place. I did a video probably a couple of months ago about the calm before the intertidal wave of money that's going to hit the market. And I just want to do an update on that because I think it's really seriously important. Institutional money is coming into the crypto market and it will be huge. There is no doubt about it. With regulation, and regulation is absolutely inevitable because otherwise institutions won't come into this market. With regulation, and regulation will happen, it's just an absolute given. Institutions will definitely come into this market. Goldman Sachs has just announced that they've set up a Bitcoin trading desk and basically a crypto trading desk. Also, Morgan Stanley wants to also set up a cryptocurrency trading desk as well. So these two are huge institutional investment banks, and basically they are pretty much coming into this market to trade this market. And with that trading, of the way the institutionals trade, they do charts like I do with pivot points, and they look at Ichimoku and those sort of things. The trading within the cryptocurrency market will certainly be different. Plus, they will analyze fundamentally the cryptocurrencies themselves, whether they work, whether they don't. They'll test the technology. There'll be none of this IOTA crazy fan club that says that the technology works when it doesn't. And what the institutional guys will do, if something doesn't work, they will slam it down to the ground. So you won't get the situation where coins get pumped up on very low volume and there's nothing fundamentally behind the coin. The insto guys will have their analysis, just like their credit analysis or their equity analysis people, and if the technology doesn't work, they will slam it down, absolutely. And so the trading will be much more fundamentally based, plus obviously technically based. So the trading within the market will change, and you won't have literally, if a coin goes up on nothing and it's a crap coin, it'll obviously get slammed down by the insto guys because they'll know the absolute fundamentals of that coin or the token, and I look forward to that seriously because some of these coins have gone up on absolute nothing, garbology, and ones that should be going up like Ripple, just don't go up to the extent that they should. So I think it's going to be very, very interesting going forward to see how all that pans out, and I look very, very much forward to it. So Goldman Sachs is opening up a crypto trading desk. Morgan Stanley wants to open one. Goldman Sachs, as you know, owns 15% of Circle, and they purchased Polynex, and basically they've increased their minimum limit for cryptocurrency of 500,000, which is basically institutional. 500,000 to 5 million is normally institutional. And obviously, the big corporates are in there. Samsung made the biggest profit in first quarter 2018 by mining. Fidelity still does it. Obviously, there's rumour that Walmart's doing it and everyone else. So also we're seeing many institutional traders moving out of, foreign currency trading, equity trading, and moving into the institutional market. And we've seen many people do that. We saw basically some BlackRock fund managers depart to start up their own blockchain investment fund. We've seen people from JP Morgan leave to set up their own investment fund. We've seen people from Barclays Bank. Coinbase has just employed a guy, head of equities from Barclays Bank, to join them on the institutional side as a sales trader and basically increase their institutional sales trader profile as well. So it really is big business for everyone at the moment, and pretty much this will just get bigger and bigger and bigger once everyone's got everything in place. Coinbase is basically asking for a license with the exchange and the securities over in America, but also they're looking for a custodian license, which is going to be huge because that's one thing that stops the instos from investing is a custodian license. How do they hold the coins? How do the coins get held and safe so they're not actually hacked? So it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. If you look up this one here, the ex-Barclays director has been hired by Coinbase. Guy's name is Hunter Murgart. huge trader, sales trader, been trading the markets for years and years and years. Coinbase launching their custodian. This is very important for instos. They also allow instos to do block trades. Now, block trades are very large trades. There could be, 100 million, 300 million, 50 million, 20 million. They're actually off the market, so they're over-the-counter trades off the market, where an institution can do block trades which doesn't affect the market price, and that's really important for institutions. So when they want to buy very large, positions in Bitcoin or whatever it might be, Coinbase will find another institution on the other side who wants to sell the same position, and it'll be done off market, over the counter they call that. It won't be done on the exchange, it'll be done on an over the counter market where each institution, the buyer and the seller, will agree a price, and that will be done off the exchange. Block trades are very important. It's done in the equity market, and it's also done in the fixed interest market and the bond market and the credit markets. Goldman Sachs, as I said, have seen many employees jump ship. There's just so many new hedge funds being started. Black Tower Capital is just a recent one. The Australian Stock Exchange here will go distributed ledger in 2020. They still use CHESS, which is a very old, archaic system, and CHESS is connected to Austraclear, Exigo, and Swift, so very, very old and very archaic. We're also seeing FX traders, with my background, equity trading, going to crypto as well. We're seeing at least 55 finance firms that will enter this market in 6 months to set up crypto funds. Soros has made the comment that he wants to trade crypto. He has billions. Chicago Board of Exchange basically said they had their highest volume of Bitcoin futures going through. NASDAQ CEO Adena Friedman said that they would consider the idea of a crypto exchange over time, and this is for NASDAQ. So the insto guys are getting in. It is just a given, and it will change the nature of how the crypto markets actually trade. They will basically arbitrage between different markets. So if there's a mismatch in pricing, they will sell one price in one exchange and buy in another exchange and the like. So basically those arbitrages won't stay there for very long. Also, they will hold liquid assets, liquid cryptocurrencies that work, and the biggest one that works, and we know it works, is Ripple. So Ripple will do extremely well, and Ripple will be the cryptocurrency of choice. I'm telling you, the insto guys will not sit in IOTA, which doesn't work half the time. They will not sit in Neo, where there's only 6 nodes and the system's down for 6 or 4 days. They will not sit in cryptocurrencies like that, where there's a chance that they're not going to be working for a couple of days. These insto guys manage money on behalf of clients, and they need liquidity, and they need to be able to get out of stuff quickly and promptly because of the opportunity the market provides. They will only sit in liquid cryptocurrency, and that is Ripple. There is no other cryptocurrency out there that is liquid the way Ripple is. There is no other cryptocurrency out there that has the technology that Ripple has, where you can settle within 3 seconds. Every other cryptocurrency is delayed. There is something wrong with it. The system goes down, they don't have enough nodes, they're centralized. Ripple is not centralized. The technology is not centralized. The company is, but the technology is not. I can name 3 cryptocurrencies that people say are decentralized, and they're not. IOTA is not decentralized. The admin provider within the technology has to push the transactions through because they don't get enough clients. Neo has 6 nodes, that are down half the time. Again, decentralized. There's so many other cryptocurrencies that have problems. Again, even Ethereum to some degree has problems. Bitcoin has problems in terms of transacting and settling transactions within 5 minutes. You could be waiting for 2 days or 48 hours, depending on how busy the system is. The instos will not sit in any other crypto but Ripple. Absolutely. I know, because I've been an insto, I've been in markets for 35 years, I've been an equity trader, a fund manager, a sales trader on the FX side. I have the same background as these institutional guys, and they will look at it the way I look at it. And, it will be very, very good for Ripple. Anyway, what else are we going to do here? So basically, we've got very active investors here. Tim Draper basically is in the market big time. You've got Andreas Horowitz, you've got Soros, if you can see this. The market is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And, you know, Coinbase wants to basically compete with the NASDAQ, and they're basically acquiring more operations, and they're getting a license and everything else. Now, Insto Crypto Funds last year was 206. This year, there's already 200, more than 200, and I think this was up to about March. The fund size can go from a minimum of 100 bill to trillions. This is the professional wholesale market. 100 billion or trillions. Now, don't forget, the cryptocurrency market is 435 billion. So if, you know, an Insto comes in and they set up a 100 billion fund, you know, that's basically a quarter of the crypto market. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's massive. You know, even if these guys, you know, decide to allocate 1% of their funds under management, it's going to be massive. If we look at BlackRock, for example, sorry, the spelling error there, you know, they have 5.7 trillion in assets. You know, even if they allocated 1%, you know, I think that's what, 5.7 billion? That's massive. You know, it's going to change the whole nature of the way this market's being traded and how it's going to be looked. And again, I said this in my last video, privacy coins will be dead in the water, because with regulation will not allow for privacy coins. And I said this 2 months ago, and already I've noticed just recently a couple of the exchanges are not allowing privacy coins to be listed. I can't remember which exchanges it were, but as I said before, privacy coins like Monero, like Dash, Z Capital, Z Cash, whatever you want to call them, they will be dead in the water. If the regulatory authorities do not know the owner of these coins, they will not allow them to be listed on the exchange. Coinbase, for example, wants to have regulatory approval, you know, by the security exchange in America. They want to be fully licensed with credit ratings and everything. They will be told they will not allow to have privacy coins. To me, that is just a given, and it's very obvious. And as I said, I've already noticed at one exchange, I can't remember which one it was, that they are now not listing privacy coins. And as I said before, with regulation and technology, Ripple will come out of it. With their technology, Ripple will come out number one. The guys at Ripple are seriously smart. You cannot go by, you know, avoid, you know, the regulatory system, you know, in America or anywhere else, just simply because they have it in place to protect investors. Otherwise, we see ICO scams everywhere and investors lose their money. Because what happens is people that don't have much integrity will take money off you regardless, and they'll tell you anything for you to invest in their ICOs. And those ICO papers are not regulated, they're not audited, so they can tell you anything, just like credits. Oh yes, we can process 1 million transactions per second, which is impossible, absolutely impossible. You know, Ripple has everything, it has the biggest technology systems in the world with the people and everything, and you've got a white paper with 5 people from Eastern Europe saying they can create a, you know, $1 million transactions a second. It's absolute garbology. You know, Ripple can do 50,000 per second. But, you know, Ripple's got the technology. It shows everything. It shows its GitHub. It shows its living live ledger. It shows the transactions. What the hell does credits do? You can't even see their GitHub. You can't see anything. And yet people believe them. I mean, it's absolute bumpkin. People believe this crap. And the reality is the SEC will regulate all that stuff, and it's just an absolute lie. And these people will go to jail like any other market. If you say the wrong thing in the equities market, the foreign exchange market, or the bond market in a prospectus, you are liable for what's in that prospectus, which is no different to a white paper, but much more detailed. And if you say something that is absolutely wrong, you can go to jail. It is called securities fraud. And the crypto market should be like no other market. It should be the same. If you say the wrong thing to end investors, and it's a lie, an outright lie, you will be put in jail for securities fraud. And that's exactly how it should be. And that's why we need regulation in this market. And I agree with it, because otherwise you just lose your money and they can tell you bloody anything, because these papers are not audited and they can tell you anything to get your money. And once they get your money, you know, they could just piss off and then you're gone. Also, Coinbase is working on custodian accounts for instos. This is a huge one. Basically, institutions trade money on behalf of clients. So the coins themselves need to sit in custody where they're safe. They're safe from malicious attacks. And Coinbase being licensed and getting through all the regulatory compliance that the SEC sets down, Security Exchange Commission of the US, which is the most powerful institution in the world, they will get the institutions to hold their coins in custodian where they are safe from malicious attack. Okay, just going through these slides quickly because I really want to try and keep these down. So money that will come in will be huge. I mean, you know, if we talk about the equity market, we're talking about a $26 trillion market. 26 trillion. The bond market is basically 3 times as large as the equity market. 3 times as large. If we talk about the foreign exchange market, $5 to $6 trillion gets traded a day. $5 to $6 trillion a day. This is why Ripple is in the top seat, seriously, because Ripple is focusing on that market, the foreign exchange market, the money market, the bond market. There are trillions and trillions of dollars. You know, even if we looked at one of the largest investment funds in the world, the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund, it is a massive, massive fund. You know, it's a $1 trillion fund, $1 trillion, massive. Even if they only put 1% into crypto, it would literally take over the crypto market tenfold or more. 4.6, you know, massive. The assets of investable funds, 466 trillion, 4.6 trillion, and we say the crypto market's what, 465 billion. I don't have my calculator, but that's probably what, 10 times more or something? Massive. I mean, these guys, the professionals, when they come in, the nature of the trading in these markets will be so different because they'll look at the fundamentals of the cryptos and they'll look at their key liquidity aspects, whether the technology works. And no, you can't hide IOTA. You know, the stupid, cult fan club that, you know, literally acts like the police. If it doesn't work, the crypto, it doesn't work. It's just that simple. So, you know, it's going to be huge. You know, half these cryptos will die with regulation because they either don't work or they're just crap. And, you know, the pros will switch between cryptos. They will switch between equities, bonds, FX, property. Ripple can do this, all this. And, you know, basically the money will flow instantly and Ripple can do that. So it's going to be very, very good for Ripple. There will be a lot of mergers and acquisitions within the market, and we're seeing that with exchanges. Exchanges are taking over other operations. We've seen that with Coinbase. They took over Cypher. They've taken over other types of operations. You know, we're seeing a lot of exchanges now starting to move to Bermuda, to Malta. They're getting bigger and bigger. They're looking for mergers and acquisitions. They're looking for partnerships. We've seen Binance partnership with Challengely, and it just goes on and on. So, you know, this space is going to be very, very interesting, and it's going to create some incredible opportunities. But be careful because, you know, it'll only be the cryptocurrencies that work, that prove themselves like Ripple, that will survive. And I do believe Ripple will be number one. Okay, guys, look after yourself. I hope you get some educational content out of this. And I'll talk very soon. Thank you.